Marco, Thurman has proclaimed, and we mentioned that he wants to retire Manny Pacquiao. You've been in the ring with him. Do you think that the talking from Thurman is at all getting into the mind of Manny Pacquiao?
Pues aparte de entrar psicológicamente a Manny Pacquiao, puede tener un poco puede ser verdad, si es que se preparó con muchísimas ganas. Hay que recordar que tiene 10 años menos, y para un boxeador el peor rival que es la edad. Entonces 30 contra 40 podría ser por ahí que Thurman metiendo presión, ganándole con esa juventud, con rapidez, pasos laterales, como dice el terrible Morales, llevándolo a las cuerdas de punto a punto para poder así ir minando la condición física. Puede ser posible, pero también puede ser posible que Pacquiao pues lo lleve de la mano y lo lleve a la escuela por la experiencia que tiene.
Yeah, it could be. It's a possibility. I mean, he's 10 years younger. He's 30. Manny Pacquiao is 40. And if he keeps, if he trained well, if he keeps putting the pressure on Manny Pacquiao, there's a possibility. And like what Morales said, that maybe if you take him into the corners and work Manny, there's a shot. Yeah, there's a shot.
Erik, are you surprised Manny Pacquiao, 40 years of age, he will be 41, I believe, in December, if I'm correct. Are you surprised that Manny Pacquiao is fighting still at this elite level in the welterweight division against guys who are at least 10 years his junior?
Bueno, sí estoy sorprendido que siga peleando. Ha tenido muchas grandes peleas, grandes guerras, pero a la misma vez no, porque es un peleador que siempre está activo, entrenando en forma, haciendo alguna actividad física para estar muy vigente, y eso le da permiso de realmente estar en óptimas condiciones, y prácticamente es un gran atleta.
Well, I'm definitely surprised, that he's fighting at this age, and due to the fact that all the wars he's had. So it's very interesting that he's still fighting. But then again, I'm not surprised, because mentally, physically, he's always still training and still maintaining, all out through his career, this great training regimen. So by that, I'm not surprised. But I am surprised by the time and the wars that he's had, that he's still active.
Shawn, as we get set for Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman this Saturday live on pay-per-view. Also before that, live on Fox, Caleb Plant and Mike Lee. Shawn, do you like the fact as we see this old school in Manny Pacquiao against the new school in Keith Thurman? How compelling, how exciting is this? Because we're sort of merging generations together on Saturday night at this elite level.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally this happens. It hasn't happened in a very long time in boxing, but this is a part of the tradition. There's always the young guy that comes and takes over. And by doing so, he takes out the guy who's considered to be the legend or, the king. And, since Mayweather's made his exit, I think everyone has kind of put Manny Pacquiao in that position. And again, he deserves it. But at the same time, I do think that, at the end of it, we all can sit up here and say what we think is going to happen. But the fact that this fight is actually happening is the best part about it. There's so many different ways, so many different variables that add up to this fight going so many different ways. I think that's the best part about this matchup. It's really, really interesting and exciting. And like I said, I can pick Manny, he can pick Keith, but at the end of the day, we all got to watch on Saturday night, and I think it's going to be a big explosion.
Winky, you were one of your best performances. It's no stranger to us is when you fought Felix Trinidad, a hard power puncher. For Keith Thurman, he's fighting a power puncher in Manny Pacquiao, a guy who's explosive, who has dynamite in both hands. When you fought Trinidad, you didn't get hit much, but when he hit you, how did you maintain your composure, much like Keith Thurman? Because he's going to get hit by Manny Pacquiao on Saturday night in terms of him maintaining his poise and remaining calm under pressure.
Well, like you said, everybody was worried about when Tito hit me, how I was going to handle it. Well, they should have been thinking when I hit him, he was going to handle it. So, it's just, you got to go in with a game plan. My game plan against Trinidad was to keep him off balance. Use a jab to not let him get set. And as you can see, whenever he's set, I hit him with a jab. So, same thing with Manny. Like I'm telling Keith, If Manny in and out, if you don't let him get timing, every time he jump, you catch him with the jab, now you keeping him off balance, Manny can't get set to hit you hard. How you gonna hit somebody hard if you're on balance? So Manny needs the in and out to become powerful. But if Keith can keep him on balance with a good jab and make him respect his power, it's gonna be a long life for him.
Michael.
Hey guys, I just got a question for our 3 Hall of Famers upstage, and I know Shawn's the WBC champion, but Morales, you beat Pacquiao here, 2005. Winky, you beat Trinidad here, 2005, and Marco, you beat Ahmed here, 2001. Who had the best performance out of the 3 of you? Which fight was the greatest performance?
Winky Wright.
Your fighters, listen, man. I always enjoy watching these guys fight, man. He always gave tough fights. I mean, come the will, the determination to get in there and dig and be a tough fighter. That's my man. So, like I said, these 2 fighters, great Mexican fighters, and I'm glad to be here with them.
All right, so obviously all the fighters on the panel here are technicians in their own right, their own style and everything. And I just want to pose to Shawn first, and then the rest. How do you feel that, with Manny Pacquiao's, awkward style and awkward rhythm, how would Keith Thurman be able to nullify that, with such an awkward rhythm and style to come on?
From being in camp with Manny and watching him work with Freddie, I know that they work a lot on angles. They work on throwing the punches on different angles. And, when you're a southpaw, primarily, you usually are in the ring with orthodox fighters. So for him to punch on those angles is something that the repetition is it's unmatched for him. On the other side of it, I know that Keith is a very smart guy. I know that Dan Birmingham, he's smart as well. The gentleman back there asked about game planning. They've gotten together, they've watched film, they've watched the way Manny throws his punches, they watched him take his steps, they watched, the angles at which he throws. So I'm sure they figured out how to defend and how to step as Manny steps. And I think that this is a really good fight for both guys because Keith is young enough, he's smart enough, he's quick enough and fast enough to make those steps when Manny makes those steps. I'm sure that they've studied it and they've seen it. It's all about timing. And on the other hand, on the other side of it, you have Manny, who's been doing this for so long. For him, he can almost close his eyes and throw the punches without even seeing that guy because he's done it so many times. He knows where that guy should be, So I just think that it's going to be a really fun fight. And, you're really going to see game plans from the opening bell. You'll see him break down, and you'll be able to see it through the course of the fight.
Half-jokingly, Erik Morales said that, not in this lifetime, but he was joking around. He said it's going to be a great fight between Pacquiao and Thurman.
And then another quick question, obviously with Manny Pacquiao being a southpaw, have you, both to Erik Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera, have you seen earlier in his career where a lot of people felt it was just, 1-2 left-hand dominant fighter? He's become a little bit more educated with the jab and with his lead hand. Do you feel that may play a factor in the fight coming up?
Bueno, yo creo que más que aprender a boxear ese 1-2, como lo dice, se volvió un poco no yendo tanto para enfrente, no buscando el knockout. Desde ese golpe que recibió contra Juan Manuel Márquez, no ha sido el mismo buscando el combate cara a cara, sino ya más precavido. Empieza con la mano derecha de allá, cruza con la izquierda, se mueve más con pasos laterales, pero tiene Manny Pacquiao como 9-10 años que no se encuentra con el knockout como era antes.
At the beginning, of course, with that 1-2, he was devastating and he was always looking for the knockout, but he's learned. Now, like you said, he's using more the jab. Since that Juan Manuel Marquez that knocked him out, he basically has been not, moving a lot and not looking for the knockout early.